Hello, welcome once again to another presentation of the Solid Sports Video Blog. This is episode 222. Today's date is February 11th, 2023. I'm Troy West, and thank you for joining me again. Thanks for all the support. Thank you everybody for hanging in there with me. Big show today. We're going to not going to waste no time. We got a lot to cover today. MLB, I got my top 5 shortstops ready for you guys to share. So I'm going to go through my list with that. World Baseball Classic rosters and pools was announced this week, so we'll touch on that a little bit. NBA news, you know everything. Well, probably heard by now the Kevin Durant trade to the Suns. Kyrie Irving was the big bombshell first, going to the Dallas Mavericks. So the Nets are in a lot of trouble. We look at the standings. We look at some of the biggest trades of that during the trade deadline, and we got a new scorer champion all time in the NBA. LeBron James. I'll give you my thoughts on LeBron and what the scoring title means for him. And of course, it's Super Bowl week. NFL action. Super Bowl 57 kicks off tomorrow. I have you my predictions and my analysis of that game. NFL awards, we'll touch on that a little bit as well. So we got a lot to cover, so I'm not going to waste no time. Let's look at first the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. Of course, I think it's every 4 years, every 5 years, something to that nature. But it's if it's somehow you can watch, if you're a baseball fan, this is a good tournament. I think it's 20 teams. That's what I'm hearing. And But I looked at some of the rosters. The USA roster is stacked. Of course, you would think it would be, because there's a bunch of players that you know, a bunch of major league players. And the Dominican Republic roster is very deep as well. So they probably are the two favorites. So here's the groups here. Now they said it's 20 teams, but it's only 4 groups. So I'm guessing that's a typo. But it's really said it's 20 teams, so I don't understand why it's only 4 groups. But I'm gonna just read what I got here. So Group A, March 8th through 13th, Cuba, which they got a nice roster as well, Italy, the Netherlands, and Taiwan. March 9th through 13th, Group B, Australia, China, Japan, South Korea. Then Phoenix here in America. There's 2 groups here in America. USA is in this group, Group C, Canada, Colombia, Mexico, and USA I just mentioned. And then the DP, Israel, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela. Puerto Rico roster is pretty deep as well. In Miami, March 11th through 15th. So I don't know, like I see only 16 teams here, but anyway, it's going to be a good tournament. A lot of big name stars, in pretty much every team got a star that's worth watching. So if you like baseball, there's something to look forward to. It's probably on the MLB network most likely. Maybe hopefully the finals or the semifinals will be on television or regular television, but I don't think so. They probably keep it all on cable networks, so that's the only catch with it. But it's a deep tournament. Like I said, the rosters are deep, so definitely if you're a baseball fan, definitely check that out. But every week I've been doing a list. I've been doing a top 5 list of position players. I will do pictures as well in the future. Today is top 5 shortstops in Major League Baseball, which is probably one of the toughest lists to do because there's a lot of young guys in this tournament. I'm sorry, I'm a little congested, so my nose is running, so I apologize for that. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Yeah, look like I'm getting a little under the weather again. This will be the second time since the fall that I've been really sick. So hopefully, I'm fighting off them demons. Hopefully that I'm all right. Sorry again about that. But what I was saying, yeah, my top 5 shortstops. There's a lot of young guys, a lot of veterans mixed in there. But I really tried to focus and do my research on who I really think is the top 5 shortstops. So I'm gonna start with 5 and work my way up. Carlos Correa, the Minnesota Twins. He's been a consistent, just not a shortstop, but a good player in this league. A little underrated overall, but of course was known for the Houston Astros winning that title in 2017, which is a little bit tainted with the scandal that they had, but still been a consistent player. Had a good season last year for the Twins. They fell off. Was leading that division, that Central Division in the American League, but fell off. Wound up not making the playoffs at all. The drama he had for free agency was about to sign with San Francisco. That fell through. Mets swooped in. They tried to sign him, and then he wound up back in Minnesota with a nice contract. So we'll see what kind of year he has now that he got his contract. So I got him at number 5. Number 4, Debbie Swanson, Chicago Cubs. As a Braves fan, you see what my Braves had on today. I was, like I said, him and Freddie Freeman leaving the year before. I'm a little bit afraid for my Braves this year. I think we're going to have a tough time in that division as the Mets and the Phillies keep getting better. But I think he's 4th. I like his defense. He has an underrated bat as well. So I got him at number 4. But he signed with the Cubs in the offseason. Got a nice contract, so congratulations to him. Corey Seager of the Texas Rangers, of course. Wound up leaving the Dodgers, going to the Rangers. Rangers is a little bit of a they made some moves in the offseason. We'll see how that translates onto the field, but he was a good player for the Dodgers. Also a great fielder. He's number 3. Number 2, Francisco Lindor, the New York Mets. A lot of people say he's number 1. And I gotta, once I finish the list, I'll go through some guys that I left off the list. He is a consistent player, and he also got a strong bat as well. He pretty much carried that Mets offense last year. Got up to 100 wins, but just didn't translate in the postseason. But they got some horses. They got Max Scherzer. They got not Max Scherzer. I'm sorry. Justin Verlander. And they did let DeGrom go. He's a Ranger as well. So the Rangers, like I said, be a team to look out for next year as well, this season. But the Mets, they almost had Correa, as I said. So they tried to get better offensively. But he's a staple to that team so far right now. Of course, he used to play for the Cleveland Indians. Well, now formerly known as the Indians, now the Cleveland Guardians. He's number 2. And number 1, Trey Turner, also came out that Dodgers organization. He was with the where was he at first? Was he yeah. No, I think he came for the Dodgers at first, I believe. He might have been somewhere else. Ain't coming to me right now, but like I said, the Phillies as well. So, both teams in my Braves division, the Mets and the Phillies. Phillies just was in the World Series. They probably got one of the deepest lineups from top to bottom in baseball. Pitching, they got to touch that up, but they able to get them to the World Series last year. So I got Trey Turner number 1. Got his big contract with the Phillies. So number 5, Carlos Correa for the Minnesota Twins. Dansby Swanson, Chicago Cubs. Corey Seager, Texas Rangers. Francisco Lindor, number 2 with the New York Mets. And number 1, Trey Turner. I think he's the best shortstop in the league right now, with both sides, defensively and offensively. he's number one on my list. So that's it for our baseball news for the week. We're gonna move on to the NBA. I had a list. I got my notes here. I write notes every week to try to keep it organized with the blog here, so I won't lose track and talk all over the place. But I actually got my NBA news. I got the NBA trades first. I was gonna talk about the trades first, but I think I'm gonna talk about LeBron James first. I got him written here second out of my NBA news here. But I think I'm gonna get him out the way first. Of course, he broke the score record this week. What was it, Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday night. At home, which was good. Like for them Lakers fans. Lakers has been, I don't want to use the word lucky, but been one of the historic franchise. Like, they got pretty much, I think my top 10 has like 5 Lakers in it. You know, Kobe, Magic, LeBron, far players of all time. Shaquille O'Neal was a Laker. He's in my top 10. So the Lakers had a lot of great players through the years, not even let alone people in the top 10. And LeBron, you know, like he's gonna finish. I think he's gonna finish his career there. A lot of people think he might move, but I don't think so. I think he's gonna wind up staying there. We'll see what happens when his son's coming to the league, because Bronny is pretty much on the cusp. I think he got another year, and then he'll be eligible to be drafted. Congratulations to him. I think it's a big deal. As far as when it comes to sports records, people debate the baseball home run record, which is, some people think it's tainted now that Barry Bonds leads that. But the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also, like I said, this just proves how underrated a player he was. How people just forgot how great he was. He's number 3 on my list. LeBron is a clear number 2. He's been a clear number 2 before this for a while. Of course, I would take Jordan, number 1. I see pretty much the whole Bulls era, pretty much in the 90s. Excuse me, a little congested again, like I said. LeBron, like, this is, like I said, LeBron, this is my real evaluation of LeBron. He came into the league, the chosen one, all this pressure. Honestly, I didn't think he would have this great a career. I think he would have been a great player. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he would have been, I just thought he'd be an average player as far as, still probably Hall of Fame worthy, but not, you know, I didn't think he was going to win 4 championships, and stuff like that when he first got to the league. And then he proved it to me when he was in Cleveland, how he kept improving every year. Couldn't get over the hump the first time, but he was young. Went to Miami, pretty much learned how to win. Him and D Wade at Bosh. And like I said, I don't want to say that era was disappointing, but you know, he only won 2. Really should have won 3. But I didn't pick them against Dallas in that series anyway. Yeah, he did play well, but I picked Dallas to win that series before it started. I just thought it was their time at the time. So, but I thought they was gonna beat the Spurs the second time, but the Spurs just was on a whole nother level that year. They just was hungry. You could just tell, like, they just wanted it a lot more than the Heat. And LeBron wound up leaving, going back to Cleveland, winning there, winning one day. I think winning one day just validates it, how great a player he was. Now, a lot of people argument against LeBron is that he should have more. You know, he should have more titles. The Golden State battles he had with Cleveland, he only got 1 out of that. But you know, well, the first time they played, like I said, it wasn't his fault. Kevin Love got hurt early in the playoffs, and I think Kyrie got hurt at the beginning of the finals of that series, so it was just him by himself. Then the Warriors was just the Warriors the second time. You know, I mean, well, they beat him the second time, came back from 3-1. Then they got Durant, and then that was it. You know, they beat him 2 in a row. And he went to 10 straight finals. To me, that's to get overlooked. Nobody never talks about that. Going to 10 straight finals is just ridiculous. With 4 Miami, yeah, 4 with Miami, or was it 8? 4 with Miami, 4 with Cleveland, because he did go the second, the first year the Lakers. He went the second year and won. Yeah, so I mean that's just nuts. To go to 8 straight finals, it's just crazy. You think about that. So he played at 10 total finals. I think that's what it is. But he's clearly the number 2 player of all time. I don't think it's a question. Michael Jordan, what was his 4th? I think he's 4th now on the all-time scorer list. Because Malone, so is it LeBron, Abdul-Jabbar, Malone is now 3rd, and it's Mike, and I think it's Kobe 5th, I think. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. But all the stuff that he's done, and I ain't talk about off the court, just as a player, I don't think it's no question. So congratulations to him. I think this is a big deal. He's just going to add on to the records. At least think he's going to play another 4 year at least, because I think that is some truth that he would have be in the league when his son get drafted. I think he really want to play against his son, or play with him. Either way, whatever how it happens. So I think that's possible. And he don't. I mean, he's 38. You can tell he's slowed down. He's older, but he don't look like he's about to break down. He's been having some injuries here and there, but he's even lately he's been playing very, very well. So. Congratulations to LeBron James. I go congratulate the Lakers because he didn't do most of his scoring at the Lakers, but it was just good for another great to do something for the Lakers organization. So congratulations LeBron, and he's just going to add on to it. I ain't gonna say I think his record will be broken one day though. I don't think I don't know if it's gonna stand as long as Kareem's did, but I don't think this record will be broken pretty quickly. I think it's going to take some time, because even like Kevin Durant, he's been hurt the last couple of years. Like all these guys that can score the basketball, we'll see if they can stay healthy. And you got to play long. You got to play at least 15 strong years, 15 to 20 strong years. LeBron this year 20 for him, and he pretty much only been hurt 3 of the years of the 17, so you had to play at least a strong 15 years to do it. And I don't see nobody out there, at least right now in this era. Maybe Luka, if Luka stayed healthy, just possible, just throwing out some young guys, because the guys like Durant, I think, unless he trying to play real long, I don't think he's going to get nowhere near there. And Embiid stay hurt too much. Giannis not really he scores, but he's been scoring a lot more than he normally do. So maybe Giannis, because he'll stay hurt that much. So we'll see. But I don't think it's gonna last forever. I might see it in my lifetime change hands again. The all-time score record. So okay, so congratulations to the King. Let's talk about what everybody probably really want to talk about, the NBA trades from this week. What a crazy week. First they got started off with Kyrie Irving moving to Dallas. He requested a trade. Excuse me again. Requested a trade, and pretty much got his wish in a couple of days. The Nets decided to move on. That kid Cam Thomas though, for the Nets, has been playing very, very well. And they got some good pieces. Man, Spencer Dinwiddie, I like him from that deal. Dorian Finney-Smith. So it's nice pieces, but I think, they said, I ain't gonna say I think, they said that trade was, basically they was gonna try to keep Durant. So basically, they were still trying to win this year, Then, Tuesday, That's why I think LeBron must have broke the record Monday, because it didn't happen on the same day, the trade and the scoring record. I don't believe. It happened the next day. So I think LeBron broke the record on Monday. I think that Kevin Durant was, or was it Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. But the Durant thing, like I said, I was surprised because, like I said, he went it out in the summer, and I don't think much changed. He just, he's just a guy that just liked to play basketball. So I think he just kept quiet and just was going to play. Got hurt again though. But Phoenix jumped in there, gave up four first rounders. Mikal Bridges. So they got something. Last of course, you're not gonna get equal value for those superstars. You're just not. But the Nets got something. They got something. They ain't getting nothing. They got something. So I think they decided, maybe both of these, because Kyrie already said he was gonna walk, but the rest still got 3 years, 4 years left on his contract. So I wouldn't blame the Nets for just saying, look, we're not gonna trade you, bro. Like, you still got 3 years under us. But I think they just didn't want. I think they probably decided, or either Durant went and said he, now what's up? I want to be gone too. Which really don't matter because he said it already. So if he did go in there and say, all right, well, since Kyrie gone, I want to be gone, that's possible. Or that's probably just like, man, let's just start over because the day were hard, it didn't work. Well, first it was just them to Durant and Kyrie. Both of them been pretty hurt. Kyrie has other issues, so he was ordered off the court. Durant was hurt the first year from the Achilles tear he had in Golden State, and really hadn't been healthy really since then. He hasn't been able to stay on the court since then, and he's injured again now. And I think he already said he's not playing in the All-Star game, but I think he should be back before then. I gave my quick take on it with my shorts on my YouTube channel. I've been trying to do them because now that's another requirement to get monetized. So I'll be trying to do one a day at least. But yes, the West is wide open. We're gonna look at the standings in a second. Matter of fact, let's pull them up now. But this is not no guarantee for Phoenix. Like, yeah, they the best team. Like, if everybody's healthy, if Devin Booker, he's out as well. Chris Paul, sometimes he's in and out the lineup. And I just told you Durant recent history with injuries. If they all on the court, because like I said, I don't care how good you are. It's going to take them some time to mesh and get acclimated. And I think it would take faster because Chris Paul is a great point guard, so I don't think it would take long for them to get a rapport. And they probably should be favorites. They probably should be favorites in the West because how weak the West is this year, if you want to call it weak. Phoenix right now 5th in the Western Conference. But there's no guarantee for them to win this thing. I still think Memphis, like I said, I've been talking about the Grizzlies the last couple of weeks. I just think they need to mature, grow up, and just focus. I think they need to just focus on basketball and play basketball. Like all that other crap, beefing with everybody, talking trash, just play basketball, and I think they'd be fine. They got the talent, and young talent. I think they need a veteran guy, some type of veteran guy, to bring it all together. I think they just too young, and it might still take them some time. Clippers is a sleeper, but even though they don't got no point guard now, but there's rumors that they pushing for Westbrook, which Utah might buy him out. I still don't count the Warriors, even though they're in 7th. I still don't count them out. And New Orleans, but that depends on Zion. But there's no guarantee, basically what I'm saying. Denver, you got to give them credit, how consistent they've been all year long in the Western Conference. 20 games over. Nikola Jokic still doing his thing. Jamal Murray look like he's almost back to where he was. Eric Gordon having an awesome year, underrated year. So they gonna have some competition. But yeah, on paper and the Andre Ayton wound up staying, because that's what when Durant got traded, I was like, well, maybe they about to move Ayton, but Ayton's still there. Yeah, is he gonna be all in? Because he gonna have to do more of the dirty work, which I means like rebounding and playing defense. Yeah, he can score. He might have a night if you got a mismatch, and he still could be an inside presence. But I think he's definitely have to make the biggest sacrifice. Chris Paul don't need to score, like he's past that part of his career. He can just run the offense. But Ayton's gonna have to be basically at least the third option. So hopefully he's okay with that. But they say he still was having problems with Coach Monty Williams this year. So it's a lot of variables, but they should. I mean, talent wise, they're the best team in the West, probably in the NBA. You can argue. So, but there's no guarantee. I ain't gonna just chalk them into the finals. I think I had the Warriors before the season started. Now I'm a little bit skeptical about them, just because of the way they played this year, not even before this trade. The Mavs will be interested how Luka and Kyrie mesh. That's gonna be there. The Clippers, like I said, just talent wise, and New Orleans just talent wise. Minnesota when Cat comes back, there'll still be some teams to reckon with. But shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. Like they've been playing very, very well. They got a nice young team, but they still got guys injured that's gonna have to come back next year. They're a young team too, but they seem like they put together the Gorius Alexander, that kid. I seen him a little bit. He could play. So I just read somewhat through the standings. Like I said, Denver's still number 1, and Memphis still number 2. The Kings, like I said, now with these moves, the Lakers made some moves as well. I forgot about the Lakers, but right now they just, I think they almost did the bottom. Actually, they the bottom other than the Spurs and the Rockets. The Lakers are, if you slew them out, the Lakers are basically in last place in the West. So can they turn it around? But they made some good moves to improve their team. Of course, got rid of Russell Westbrook. I feel for Russell though, man. Like, I like him as a player. I think he need to just, even though to me he humbled himself this year, willing to go to the bench, and he played well. But I think he has to change his game a little bit. Like I think he has to start focusing on being a point guard. If he does that, I think everything else will fall into place. His score and everything else will fall into place. I think if he just focus on running the point, I think he'll be fine. But he got traded to Utah, but like I said, all the reports are he's going to get bought out. So he'll be a free agent, and I see the report that the Clippers really want him. So maybe that's where he wound up going, because they need a point guard. They traded Reggie Jackson away yesterday, which I didn't even know about him getting traded. I knew about John Wall getting traded back to Houston, which was a weird one. But I think Jackson got traded where, and I think he's gonna get bought out. Where he was Charlotte Hornets. So he wants a buyout, so he's gonna get bought out. So he'll be a free agent again. So the East, like I said, Boston, they didn't do nothing, but I don't think they felt like they needed to. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have a career years. Milwaukee, like I said, with Giannis. Philly also been playing a lot better. Embiid's been healthy, so is James Harden. So that's so those 3 teams in the East are the clear ones. Brooklyn probably about to start losing a little bit. Miami, a lot of people saying they were surprised Miami didn't do a move. That's another rumor that Westbrook could go there. But again, he might have to come off the bench there as well. But Miami still gonna be up there. Cleveland, they didn't do nothing either. Like I said, the Nuggets didn't do anything. Memphis didn't do anything. But the Phoenix thing, like I said, it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that the Suns are just gonna waltz through the West. But But it depends on injury. Like I said, if they stay healthy, then yeah, of course, they're going to be formidable. But I can't chalk them in just yet. Plus, I want to see them play together first as well. So, because some people are already chalking them into the finals, I can't go that far yet. All right, so that's it with the NBA trades and my analysis on that. Let's move on to the NFL. Let's check with the NFL awards first. Of course, Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Let me pull up that article real quick here. But I think some of these awards was kind of obvious. Let me see. Because I don't know who won Defensive Player of the Year off the top of my head. Of course, the awards was on TV. I didn't even, because I thought it was on Saturday, so I wasn't really looking for it, but it was on Thursday. It's Mahomes, like I said, it's his second MVP already. Sauce Gardner for the New York Jets, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think that was an obvious one. Garrett Wilson for the Jets also. Only the third time in history that happened. Two players on the same team. Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year. He had a monster year. Almost broke the yards record. Nick Bosa, Defensive Player. Yeah, I did know that. That was an obvious one too, you know. Yeah, we just brought up Garrett Wilson. He's the receiver for the Jets. The Jets just need a quarterback. They get a quarterback, they'd be formidable in the East. Cause I like the Bills, but now I'm starting to feel like that their window might be closing if they don't do something the next couple of years. But they need a consistent running game. Like, I think that's what's their problem on offense. That's why sometimes their offense will disappear. But defensively, like I said, I think Von Miller, if he wouldn't have got hurt, that pass rusher that they needed would have solidified things. But he went down, and then, like I said, Cincinnati pretty much dominated them in the divisional round. Comeback Player of the Year, Geno Smith. Congratulations to Geno. Like I said, he had a great year. Not just injury, like he's, you know, dealt with a lot of adversity when he first got in the league. He actually got drafted by the New York Jets. And I didn't like his attitude. You know, from the outside looking in, I just thought he was a little too arrogant. Bounced around the league, went to the New York Giants as well. Was under Eli. But the year he had this year, it makes, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, it makes Russell Wilson look suspect, like they made the right decision, letting him go. Cause I was like, why Seattle let him go? But what a year Geno had, so that was great to see that. My thing blacked out, so I'm sorry. Phone acting crazy. So I know some other awards I want to touch out on. Then we're going to do our Super Bowl preview, as we're going to look at the game or break some things down. Okay, come on. But Seattle surprised me. We'll see how they do next year. The Detroit Lions was another team that was pushing up. Jared Goff, I gotta give him credit as well. They gonna be a decent team next year. They just gotta prove it on the defensive side. Now they ain't trying to pull it up. Yeah. Don't want to act right for me. Don't want that right for me, huh? I don't know. We'll do it like this. Let's do it like this. There we go. Yeah, this will probably be just a standard list. Yep, so I pretty much went through all of them though. Oh, they give out assistant coach of the year to Miko Ryans. Well, you know he got hired by the Houston Texans. He was served under Kyle Shanahan with the Niners. Coach of the year, Brian Daboll of the New York Giants. I think that's fair. I can't argue with that. The Giants was a surprise this year. Can they improve though on the next year? We'll see. And Walter Payton Man of the Year award was Dak Prescott. You know, that's more of a charity award. But all these guys, I can't argue with. It's nothing I can really push back on. You know, everybody was saying MVP. You know, some people think it should have went to his the opponent, Jalen Hurts. He had a good year, but I think he got hurt. That hurt him when he got hurt the last couple of games of the season. But I think it also could have helped him because Philly didn't look the same after that. You know, so. But congratulations to all those guys. I didn't watch it. I forgot it was on. I thought it was coming on tonight, but it came on Thursday night. So okay, so we got some time. We got about say a good 15 minutes to get into this game. It's Super Bowl 57. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Eagles, of course, just won it a couple of years ago. So did Kansas City. So both of these teams have recently been champion. Super Bowl to me is like a holiday to me. I'm so excited about tomorrow. Now I'm gonna be moving around a lot, so I might miss parts of the game here. I only missed one Super Bowl since Super Bowl, what was it? Whatever it was when Washington played Buffalo. That's from that Super Bowl to this will now be this one, which is like 30 years worth of Super Bowls. I only missed one, and that was the New England Seattle one, which was a good one as well. I missed that one because I was going through some stuff at the time. I had a way to go to watch the game, so I missed that one. But this is better to me than Christmas. Any holiday you can throw up there, this is probably the happiest day. It brings back a lot of memories. I used to watch football with my father. It's just a joyous time of year for me. Even better if I even throw my birthday in there. It's even better than my birthday, man. Like, I love the Super Bowl. So I'm excited about tomorrow. Even though, like I said, I'm feeling under the weather, as you see. So hopefully I can fight this off and be okay. But Eagles and Chiefs. Eagles, like I said, both teams wound up with the same record. Both teams wound up 14-3. I think both teams scored the same amount of points. I think it was 546. Even though the Chiefs doing probably more through the air and the Eagles doing more on the ground, but still same amount of points. Just a lot of similarities in a lot of ways. Focus on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are underdogs in the game, 1.5, which is basically nothing. But still underdogs nevertheless. Third time here in 4 years, of course. One defeated the San Francisco 49ers. Then lost to Tampa the next year as they tried to go back to back. And then last year didn't make it at all. Cincinnati upset them in the AFC Championship game. And now they're back here again. Eagles, of course, beat New England a few years ago. In Super Bowl 52. Really haven't been back since. Had some couple of down years. But Jalen Hurts definitely came into his own this year. Eagles basically only lost one game without him, because the other 2 games they lost, he was injured. So they have a lot of confidence going into this game. But I think with this game, it's going to come down to, just like any other game, mistakes. Who can not make no mistakes, not turn the ball over. Also, I think the real big thing is the pass rush. Who can get better pass rush? Now, the Eagles led the league in sacks as a team. And Kansas City, there's comeback moments like Frank Clark, and Chris Jones, just relentless on that line when it's time. The Eagles got good pass rushes as well. In fact, let's pull that up, because they had a guy that could have won Defensive Player of the Year as well. But I think that's what's going to be. Whoever get the better pass rush, whoever can disrupt who. Now, both of these guys can move. Now, Mahomes, do have that bum ankle. That's something to look out for in this game. But I think he's going to be fine. I think the adrenaline and everything else, I don't think he's going to feel that ankle to the off season. Just a good even game. But I'm gonna leave with the Chiefs though. I think the Chiefs will wind up doing it. I think they'll win in a tight game now, and that's another reason why I'm going with the Chiefs. The Eagles, one of the differences is they haven't been in a lot of close games. They haven't been in a lot of close games. Really, either they won big, or they just wind up just losing. So Hassan Reddick, that's the name I was looking for. He had a monster year, 16 sacks, and he got 3.5 in the playoffs. So if he has a monster game, that could disrupt this whole game. Now in the run game, that's what I'm worried about with the Chiefs. Like I said, even though the Chiefs' run game has been good this year, if they can get some balance, neutralize that pass rush, I think Mahomes just going to make a few more throws than Jalen can. Now, if you look at the receivers, I say overall, Eagles receivers are a little bit better with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. But Travis Kelce is just on another level. I think he's not going to be able to be stopped in this game. I think he'll have another monster game. But I think the Eagles, I think they ain't going nowhere though. I think they're going to still be a decent team, especially in the NFC. Because I think the NFC is trending down, like teams are start to come back down. So I really like the Kansas City to win this game. I think they win it 27-24. That's my prediction. I think Mahomes will make one last play to set them up for the game with a field goal. I think the tie go down. I think the Chiefs will win it. Mahomes will win his second MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and will win his second Super Bowl. And he'll be the first player since 1999 when Kurt Warner burst into the scene. He won the Super Bowl and was MVP. It hasn't happened in the same year since. So that's a trend that he will break. Like I said, there's a lot of good storylines in this game. Of course, Andy Reid going against his old team. He was an Eagle for years. Could never get him over the hump. So it'll be a little bit of sweet victory for him if they win it. And the Kelce brothers, first time two brothers face each other in the Super Bowl, both for offense. Travis Kelce, of course, the tight end for the Chiefs, and then it's Jason Kelce, the center for the Philadelphia Eagles. Two brothers playing against each other, so this would be interesting. Of course, we had the coaches, two coaching brothers, the Harbaughs, in the Niners Ravens Super Bowl now more than 10 years ago. So yeah, so a lot of good storylines, an even matchup. It should be a good game. I'd be shocked if anybody get blown out here. Chiefs, again, like the trend, they always score 24. I think the Eagles got to get more. I got them at 24, but I think they need more than 24 to win this game. Mahomes, I think only like once or twice in his career, and once it happened once this year where they lost to the Colts, that he doesn't score at least 24 points. So going in the game, you're gonna have to get 24 points. Can the Eagles get to 24? Yeah, but they're gonna have to get more if they're gonna win. So I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be an exciting game. I think it'll be just like any other Super Bowl would be. But I got the Chiefs winning by 3. I think it'll be 27-24. I don't like to pick scores because scores be so fluid. But I'd be sure. I don't think it's going to be in the 30s because most Super Bowls start off slow. Like, you might not even be no scoring in the first quarter, and then it might just be a burst of scoring. Like, that's how a lot of Super Bowls go. I think, but I think for some reason, which I get it, some teams be careful in the first quarter. Don't want to make no mistakes, so you sort of fill each other out, and then you start seeing teams open it up the second quarter on. So I think that's how this game will go as well. So you might see a field goal here. It might be like 3-0 after 1, or tied at 3, or maybe a team might get a touchdown. It might be like 7-3. I'd be surprised if it's up and down from the get go. I think it's gonna build up to that. So alright, so that's my prediction. That's how I think Super Bowl 57 will go. I don't have a lot of time left, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what's to come up on the channel. Like I said, what I was about to say, losing my train of thought. As far as the channel itself, like I said, I've been slacking on videos, and I've been slacking on live streams, so I'm gonna try to do more of both this week. I'm gonna try to make it start off fresh this week. I want to do God of War now that I've done the storyline. You go check that out right now. God of War Ragnarok. I'm doing Last of Us 2 Part 2 right now. The Last of Us Part 2 right now. They're the 2 main projects I'm doing. I'm looking at the 3 projects, but until I make a decision, I won't announce that. And like I said, I just need to try to do some more live streams. My live streams have been basically down to none. I haven't done none in a couple weeks, so definitely Wednesday on Twitch I want to do something, and Thursday on YouTube like I normally was doing. So look out for that this week. Like I said, I just thank you guys. Like I said, I'm sorry, a little congested, a little under the weather again. So this season ain't been good for me. I'm gonna try to go and relax, get ready, take a little nap. Like I said, it's early. I started early today. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, so this should post probably before 10. I announced it at 10 a.m., but it might be before 10 a.m. when the video will post, so definitely check me out. I'll probably do some posts sometime this weekend, my predictions and everything else, what I think is going to happen in the Super Bowl, so look out for that post. I thank you guys. Shout out to my cousin Janice. She been supportive, especially on the social media tip. My man Darwan, and everybody else, my friend Yvette from New Jersey. So quick shout outs to you 3. Thank you. My man Good Vibes, I know he's still watching. Hello buddy, I hope you doing well at school. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. I know you'll be watching for sure. So thanks everyone. Hopefully everybody enjoy your Super Bowl. Be safe out there. I don't got no major plans, but plan to get on out of this little cubicle here and go see what's out in the world. But I'll be back, and I'll definitely be watching the Super Bowl. So we'll talk next week. We'll look back at the Super Bowl. Like I said, I might start. Like I said, I still didn't make the decision yet. I was leaning towards yes for Friday nights, but it might be a no. Might just still do them on Saturdays, but the news cycle is about to slow down, so they're gonna be, like I said, videos will be shorter because there won't be nothing to talk about. So thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys' support. I'll see you guys next week. Check out all my other projects here on the channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Sorry about the congestion again, guys. I ain't want to cancel. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.